Sometimes life takes an unexpected turn. One day, everything feels stable, your job, your income, your plans for the future. It's like it's just in your hand. And then suddenly, you might be looking at a job loss, a pay cut, or a financial setback that you never predicted or saw coming. So it can be very unsettling, stressful, and maybe even a little scary sometimes. The thing is, this moment does not define you, does not define us. What we do next, what you do next, will define you. So, in today's episode, we will talk about how to stay financially stable, manage our commitments, and create new opportunities so that you can move forward with confidence and transition over this difficult and challenging period of your life. Welcome to the Financial Health Insights. I'm Kevin Neoh, your host and guide on your journey towards better financial health. Having witnessed the burden financial stress can have on people's life, I am committed to helping you achieve financial health, reduce stress, and experience the peace of mind that comes with it, so that you can break free from the grip of financial stress and live a life of greater stability and confidence. All the information shared in the podcast is to serve as an information and educational purposes, and you should consider your personal circumstances prior to making any decision. You are also advised to speak with a qualified and licensed financial planner before you implement any advice. So, get ready to take charge of your financial future one episode at a time. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Financial Health Insights podcast. I am Kevin Neo, your certified financial coach and a licensed financial planner and a host for this podcast. Today we are going to talk about something that perhaps a lot of people are going through right now, or you might be worried about this happening to you, which is a loss of employment. Loss of employment this is not necessarily just means that you get fired from your job only. It could also include some of the following circumstances, which is like normal retrenchment, voluntary separation scheme (VSS) or mutual separation scheme (MSS), closure of your workplace or your company that you work for is closed down. It could be that you resign from your job due to uh, for example, sexual harassment or threats made in the workplace, right? And you could also be resigning from your job if you were to be instructed to do perform dangerous duties that are not within your job scope, or it can be due to constructive dismissal as well. Above all, if this does not happen to you, but you are currently going through some difficult time due to cash flow challenges or financial problems, this episode could be relevant to you as well. Now, in this time, life may be challenging for you or too much. We may feel like we are at our lowest point in life as well. The fact is, these feelings are totally valid. Just like weather, right? There's four seasons, and life move in seasons also. For example, in spring, we feel like everything is now reset, and we have a great opportunity to start afresh, and we might be very enthusiastic and full of positiveness in you. Then the next season, summer will come. These things can get hot now, and we are feeling the momentum putting our plans into implementation and whatnot. Then it comes the next season is autumn or fall, which we start to reap our rewards of our efforts. And then winter will come, and things started to slow down, and conservation of energy and resources is now perhaps a priority to get through winter. Now, this current life phase that you might be going through, loss of income, loss of employment. It could be like a winter of our life, right? So why I share this is I want you to acknowledge, I want you to know the key facts here is that no seasons last forever. So, and the other point is spring will always come after winter. So even in the toughest season, challenging, difficult time, there is also a benefit and purpose for us to prepare for what comes next and also to help and support ourselves to transition through this difficult time. And also, without going through winter, we may not appreciate spring as well. But of course, in Malaysia, we only have one season. But it's just an analogy. So our season here is always hot, but we have different celebration, right? So if you are listening to this because you have lost a job or your income has took a big hit, first of all, I feel you, and I know this is tough. I've gone through this myself as well. I want you to know that it's okay to feel stressed. It's okay to feel worried and even feel a little bit lost. Okay, or and even to feel lost, no direction or not sure what to do next. It's totally normal. But I also want you to know this: you are not alone, and you will get through this eventually, somehow or other. And it is okay to find help and to seek out for help and talk about what's on your mind with someone if you ever need to. There's no need to feel bad about it, okay? And I'm here to support you with just that. So today, let's talk about what we can do immediately to stabilize our financial matters and how to handle expenses and our financial commitments during this time. Also, ways to start or bring back some income to ourselves again for both a short and long term plan. And also, how to support ourselves mentally, emotionally through this winter time. All right. So let's start with the first step, which is number one, don't panic first. Seriously, losing a job or having our pay cut happen to us, it's a surprise. No one want to have, and it's shocking for sure. It's stressful because we have to think about what happened to our life later, right? And it's completely normal to feel overwhelmed when you hear this or learn about this news. This is the time for us to remind ourselves that we are not our job. Your value is not based on your paycheck, not based on your destination and job title. And definitely, this situation, this event that's happening to you, it's not going to define you as a person. More importantly, this happened not because you are the problem. It could be that you have become a solution to a problem that your company is facing. And this is just a financial problem. And financial problems, you can find a solution, and we can find and work out solutions for our financial problems. So, first things first, let's do the important thing. Let's get a clear picture of where you stand financially. So, this is the step one. Check your financial position today. Get a snapshot of your overall financial position now, right now. Okay. So, some of the questions you can help yourself with to during this step is to ask yourself, is to find out how much do you have in your bank accounts at this moment. Do you have an emergency fund prepared, set aside? And if you have got a severance pay for, let's say, VSS, MSS, or retrenchment compensation, how much is this amount worth to you? Add all this up. Okay, in this step, our goal is to understand how long can you survive with what you have. All right. If what you have from this step, the number tells you that you can sustain your lifestyle for 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months, or even a year. Good. Now, the reason we want to find out this is not to scare ourselves, it's not to feel bad or feel good about that number, but simply to know what we are working with, how much time do we have during this period. Okay. And while you are doing this, you can also check whether you qualify for job search allowance under the Employment Insurance Scheme, EIS. You know, every time you get your payslip, you might have seen some small deduction, and it's towards EIS, and this is the time that you check whether how can you claim any benefit from this scheme. And in this step, you may also think about what other avenues you can bring in more income to yourself. For instance, if you have a low savings in bank and there's no severance pay to you, you may have other investment savings or that you can liquidate it if you ever come to having that need, right? And you can also count in your savings in your EPF account tree. Other than savings, investment, you can also list out some cash value, cash bonuses you may have in your life insurance policy or Takaful certificates. These could be places that we can get additional money or income without incurring much cost compared to if you were to take a loan, right? And but 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 while you may have these avenues, it is always good to treat them as the last resort. All right. So that's step one. Find out where you stand and how much you have during this period of time. Step number two is you want to start to look into creating a survival budget, a budget that you want to create so that you can stick to it and help you get through this winter of your life. So in this step, we want to get a good feel and establish some protection to our life. Your goal in this step is to stretch every ringgit for as long as possible. Maybe now is not the time to for us to think about the fancy dinner or our shopping things, right? But maybe you can still choose to give yourself permission for all these things too. The question is whether the amount we have from step one, what can it allow us to do and what it does not encourage us to do, something like that. So if you just lost your job, think of this as a financial emergency mode. You know, our smartphone, right, we have a mode that you can help you to save battery, or when your battery level goes below say 10%, then your phone battery icon may become red, and then some of the function will be shut down to conserve energy. That's the similar thing here. So if you have lost your income, while it's temporarily, you're waiting for the charger. So your phone will shut down some of the functions, right, and keep the key functions. So it works the same here for us in this step number two also. So we want to find out what are the critical things that you need to continue to allocate your resources, in this case is money, to during this emergency mode. Okay. So when it comes to our spending and living expenses, we can basically use this rule or two category to help us to decide whether this thing is something I want to continue to spend during this time, or these are the thing that I want to delay and put on hold until my job situation has a sharp turn or change. So these two category is what I call an essential category or choice based. Choice means you can choose, right? To help us decide if these items should be retained, keep, or should be maintained, reduced, or eliminated for the time being. So here's some of the things that commonly considered as essential for a normal person, and some ideas on how do we maneuver around these. Number one, for me, is very important: food and maybe grocery. So in this case, you might want to keep it simple during this time. Cook at home a bit more than you eating out. All right, even though you used to eat out, but maybe now is the time for you to try to also test your cooking skills or whatnot. So eating out can be reduced. It will help tremendously as well, but can cook at home, then maybe you can still enjoy the food you like, but this is just you are the chef, and you can also decide what kind of ingredients to use, and no additives and whatnot, right? So it has its up and downside also. And on your our rent, our mortgage, then if you need to, I think this is good. If it's a rent, you are renting your unit, it's good to discuss with your landlord as soon as possible, or call your bank to understand your options as soon as possible as well. And for something like utilities, and internet, these I think these are the basic survival things we need. You cannot shut off your your electricity all the day, right? So but there are something that you can make little adjustment. Maybe you sleep with your aircon, you on timer, or uh, maybe you switch on a timer for your air conditioner at night, or maybe you want to try some night you off it, or whatnot. So the thing here is not to totally eliminate all the things that you have been using, but just try to understand what can we do in order to keep them not increase. Also, if you can, try to see or explore ways that we can bring it down a little bit. All right. But for your mobile and internet plans, if you check, if you no longer have contract, then maybe you can explore the options to downgrade them and whatnot. uh, Sometimes it can feel like these are the little small negligible amount, but the goal here is not about the amount, it's about the reason that we are doing this. And it's a good, if this is a good uh, activity to do, who knows, you might have an idea about something else that can be a much bigger amount that you can bring down, right? And loan payment, we will talk about these later. And medical insurance, I will also explain to you a little bit more, maybe in the later stage of this episode. Another one could be our transportation cost. So if this is the time that you feel like, I want to also put some control on my fuel and my toll and whatnot, so you can explore whether you can blend in some public transportation for you during this period also, right? And those are the essential one. Now let's talk about some of the things that's possibly not essential, at least for now, or at least not essential to our survival. Maybe you have some gym membership, or you have some online subscription. You can review your subscription now, go through your accounts, go through your credit card statement or your payment statements or history, to check what are the automatic deductions that you have been paying. Some of the subscriptions we have, maybe we have been paying for them without us really realizing their existence already. So doing this exercise can help us to identify some of the things that maybe it's okay for us to be live without them for a little while. And if let's say like gym, if you are currently under contract, some gym membership, they allow us the options to freeze the membership for a while. So do check it with your gym if this is possible for you. And some of the maybe like internet TV subscription, I think these are the things that not necessarily you must cut it them off. If you can still downgrade to a more basic plan, maybe it still work for you. Remember, this while this is winter, we still have a life to continue. So it's not like, oh, during winter let's not do anything or let's not enjoy life at all. You need both things for you to function as an individual. So you cannot totally strip out your entertainment or relaxation things as well, right? If you are someone like me who every day wants to have expensive coffee, then you can switch to homemade ones or reduce the frequency that you buy the coffee from the cafe out there. Like this. So like this one, it used to cost about 16 ringgit. So I take a smaller size and I bring my own tumbler. So it cuts the fees for about, I think, 5 to 6 ringgit per drink. So if you multiply by 30, which is 1 month, then it could be a big amount also. So you don't have to do this thing when you are facing a lost job or sharp income reduction time. It's just a good thing to try to do, because it helps us to be more efficient with how we spend our money, and so that you can reallocate the amount you save to something else that could be more important to you, right? So it's just a good habit to build over time. And our shopping, now is the time to save, not spend. That's a general statement, but you can still continue to shop. What you do is more careful, more deliberate, maybe more mindful. So make a list of what are the things you plan to buy. Try to prioritize what are the things that is very important that I need to buy or have now. But do compare a few, study a few comparison before you proceed. Also find out a good time to buy as well. So in this step, it is quite important for us to understand and remind ourselves why we are doing this step. It is not to restrict us from enjoying life or from spending money, but simply to ensure we can stretch our resources to as long as we need it or it can while we are still in the winter time. All right. So, all right, now let's talk about our house loan, car loan, credit card bills, and also your life insurance and medical insurance. I think the worst thing we can do is to react when emotion is high. It's rarely the time that we make quality decisions. So if you are still processing the news of your loss of income and whatnot, do not go and trim off your insurance first, and also do not avoid thinking about your loans commitment. Okay, I think the best thing we can do is to reach out to our bank that we owe them money, and also reach out to your insurance consultant or your service providers immediately to understand your options. So for loan, house loan, you can call your bank, ask your bank if they can offer you any temporary deferment or moratorium, or do even to stretch or restructure your plans, allow you some. Many banks are ready to help, but the thing is, we don't reach out to them, they wouldn't know, so they will still treat you as you miss your payment and send you a reminder call and letter. So reach out to them to understand what are the options you have. Okay, and if your car loan is too high, you might want to consider selling your car, or you have to look at how you can do with it. Okay, I have seen someone who during this difficult time, right, they don't want to sell the car for sure because they still want the car. They have emotional attachment to the car as well. So they managed to find someone to rent the car from them. And this person who rented the car, right, they use it for renting service. But to them, it's like, oh, it's quite a good deal because I still need to service my car loan. But now, with this rental that I'm collecting, it covers my car loan commitment, and it also covers repair and insurance for the car as well. So we just need to make use with the only the other car we have for the whole family, plus some e-hailing, plus some LRT and MRT for the day-to-day life for now. But this car, that the car loan and the associated expenses is now being taken care just by renting the car out. All right. So it's one way, one solution. If we keep our mind open and we look out for idea and solution, we might just find one. Okay. And if you have credit card outstanding, okay, then you can pay for the minimum for now during this time, but you can also check with your bank what are the options you have also. If you have multiple credit card, this is perhaps a time for you to review if you are having too many cards, because one card will give you, I think, 50 ringgit service tax per year, and more cards you have, maybe you might incur more outstanding and transactions that are planned for also. Okay, just check it out. And if you have too many cards with outstanding, this is also a good time for you to explore whether a balance transfer facility is available to you. This can help you to save interest during the, they say, 6 month period, right? It can help you to save interest, or even they charge you a flat low interest. It will be much lower compared to you pay 1.5% per month accumulating interest to the bank on your original credit card as well. And let's talk about insurance, medical insurance. It is something that you definitely would need because during this time it's a winter. So if something happened, let's say a fire breakout, you must make sure that you have some fire extinguisher or water to help you to put out the fire. And in this case, our medical card is like a hidden funds that you have that you can rely on if you ever need to go to hospital for procedure or treatment, right? So it's so important. You must make sure you keep it. Find ways to keep your medical card. All right. And for life insurance, if your premium is too high, ask your agent for your options and how you can reduce your coverage instead of just outright canceling your insurance plan. If you have investment link policy, if you're struggling to pay them as well, check if you can temporarily lower the premium. But it might usually require you to cut some benefits, but you never know because your plans might have some top up premium that you can just remove the or lower down the amount. Our investment link plan also offer us this thing called premium holiday, which means you can miss paying your premium, but the benefits of the plan will still continue to go on because your plans have cash value, so they can offset the charges from there. And if your life insurance is a traditional life insurance policy or Takaful certificates, you may still keep your plans even you're on premium holiday as well. Check with your providers. Do not rush into canceling them before you understand your options. I think this is pretty important here. In fact, traditional life insurance policy also offer us this thing called a policy loan, which means we can use the policy as a collateral and take a loan from insurance company with a much lower interest on the reducing balance calculation as well. It can be a good option for loan if you ever need it compared to personal loan, and definitely a lot cheaper compared to a credit card interest rate. Okay. Now, one thing I don't recommend is that counting too much or relying too much on our EPF savings and our insurance policy value, unless you absolutely have no choice. So treat them as the last, final resort. That's your future. That's the emergency, really catastrophic events. We really need this money. So you don't want to touch them or simply make a quick decisions and cancel them before you really deliberated the decision well enough. All right. Now that we have covered that, let's talk about making money again. Losing a job is one thing, but staying unemployed for months can be a real danger. So we have to get proactive here. In the short term, we may still try to get back some additional income by looking through what you own, your possessions and items, and see what are the things that you can sell, things that you are no longer use or no longer need it, or it has outgrown you, all right, or you have outgrown them, all right. So it can be things like your clothing, your electronic things, old gadget. Maybe you can turn these things into cash for you as well. There's also some gig economy that can help you to generate some short-term income, like delivery, drive, Grab, Lala Move, Food Panda. These are the things that offer us flexible and immediate cash flow. Also, if you have skills in certain area like writing, graphic design, social media management, marketing, or tuition, short-term arrangement site like Upwork could be something that you want to check out for. And what are your hobby, your skills, your passions? Would anyone want to pay you money for these skills and work that you can do or deliver? If you are passionate about cooking, baking, you may try to start something from here as well. These events that you are going through now, it could also become a pivotal moment in your life and your career. Just you may not know it yet until you try, right? Uh, Over something more long term to replace your actual main job, you can also start to do this thing during this period of time whereby you want to update your resume, update your LinkedIn profile, or reach out to people to start network from there as well. Stability is important, but it's not everything. Cash flow is everything, right? So you may also keep yourself open to some short-term job or part-time job or temporary job, and I think it's also important to sharpen our saw. So during this period, you may also want to allocate your time and plan your time on how you can improve yourself or invest in yourself to learn something new skill, new knowledge, and whatnot. You can find some free courses from Coursera, My Future Jobs, or LinkedIn Learning. There are plenty of courses for us to choose and pick to learn based on our interest or what we feel it's good to help us to improve or increase our value in the next job hunt or next employer right. So there's also training allowance under the employment insurance scheme. Try to check out how you might benefit from this as well. I think there's a limit of up to 4,000 for the training cost, but you want to check out the terms and conditions to understand how it fits into your plan also. And think of this as a career redirection. You have to continue to improve and repackage yourself, reinvent yourself. It's a career redirection. It's not a setback. Who knows? This might be the start of something even better for you. You might find a new calling from this episode also, right? While losing income on the surface it looks like it's just a lot about money, which is true, but it's not just about money. It's also about stress, about fear, about self-doubt, about facing uncertainty in life as well. So let's spend some time to discuss how we can handle this stress. So it's important to take care of our mental health. So talk to someone, be it a friend, your mentor, a financial coach. Don't keep it all inside you only, okay? And it's also important to keep a daily routine for ourselves at this moment. So a job loss, it can feel like you are drifting away or become directionless sometimes because your previous routine is now disappearing. So you want to set up, find out a new routine for yourself. Keep a structure in your day. So still plan your time, what you want to do in the first half, what you want to do in the second half. It's important to have these to keep you engaged and focused and motivated to what's important to you at this moment. And I think exercise helps a lot as well. In fact, when you exercise, your body release hormone that can help you to feel happy and also reduce your emotional the stress level. So exercise, set some time for yourself to exercise, take care of your physical health, and your mental health will also benefit from it. Even though it's just a small walk, when you go out from your house and expose yourself into nature, it will be a lot helpful than you stay at home all day. All right, and bottling up our emotions to ourselves only can make them feel heavier sometimes. So having someone that you can talk to will help a lot in managing your mental health as well. And it doesn't have to cost us a lot of money to get this kind of qualified help. We can call 24 hours hotline that provide us emotional support, and also help us to manage our stress, anxiety. And these are all provided free of charge, and it protects our need for confidentiality as well. So the hotlines that I can remember is Befrienders KL, Gem Helpline. So talk to the qualified counselor there. They all have received professional training, and they can offer you a very good ears to listen to your story and also to facilitate or guide you to obtain better clarity. Of course, speaking to a financial coach and a financial planner like me will also probably be able to provide a lot of insight for you about the framework or the action plan that you can formulate. And when you knows what are the next few steps that we can take or available for us, it will be a lot helpful to calm our emotions, because by having a framework or idea about our next steps, it helps to reduce the uncertainty ahead of time, and also to offer and also to lower down our feeling where things are overwhelming for us as well. So remind yourself, this is not the end. This is a beginning of something new, and you got this. Just try to figure out your next step, one step at a time. Okay. So let's wrap up this episode with our 5-step action plan. First step is to assess your finances, find out your current financial standing, your snapshot, check your savings, create a survival budget. Talk to your banks, talk to your insurance company, understand your option. This is step number 2. Step number 3, find some short-term income, whether it's selling your pre-loved stuff, unused stuff, or to find some freelance job arrangement or some small business idea. Plan for step number 4, plan for your long-term income. Prepare yourself, update or polish your resume, your LinkedIn profile, and also network and reach out to people who you might have worked with you before, who you think can help you to connect to certain company or people, and also continue to reinvent and upskill yourself. Step number 5, take care of your body and your mind. Okay, so that's the 5 steps thing to help you to get through this difficult and challenging time. As we wrap up, I just want to remind you again, this is just a season. Winter does not last forever unless we make them last for unless we make them stay. Okay? Right now, it might feel like everything is slowing down for you, and you have to be extra careful with your resources. That's okay. Use this time wisely. Time is important, how you use the time. Spring will come again. This opportunity, the momentum, the energy, it will return to you. It depends on what we do during this difficult time now. The key here is to stay prepared, stay proactive, and take care of yourself in the during this transition period. So take it one step at a time, because you are stronger than you imagine. You will outgrow this challenge for sure. So if this episode has helped you, share it with someone who might need it. And as always, if you need support, do reach out to me. You can send me messages and DM me on my socials. And this is the Financial Health Insight Podcast. If you have not followed this podcast, click subscribe or follow button in your podcast service that you are listening to, and also share the episode with people who you think might benefit from this. Again, I'm Kevin Neoh, I'm your host, and I'll see you in the next episode. Stay strong and keep moving forward. Keep doing what you think is good for you and nurture a good financial health. Live well today and tomorrow. Bye bye.